Howdy guys, hope you're having a great day so far. So now that the chaotic mess that was Queendom 2 is over, I thought I'd share my thoughts on it, and why, in my opinion, it was a bit of a letdown. The lineup. I've already talked about my thoughts on the lineup more in depth in a previous video, so I'll just summarize my thoughts pretty quickly. I was fine with majority of the lineup, except for Kepler and Viviz, and after the show I still feel the same. These are groups that have just debuted and are already pretty popular, and Kepler is a temporary group, so wouldn't their time be better spent releasing music and building up a proper fanbase, instead of going on a show that highlights their weaknesses compared to other 4th gen girl groups? As for Viviz, yes, they've had many years in G-Friend, however I think they needed more time to adjust to being a 3-member group and learn their strengths and weaknesses in their new lineup. Picking the worst performance. This was absolutely a deliberate move made by Mnet to pit women against women and create needless drama. In Kingdom, the groups got to pick who they thought had the best performance, but in Queendom they decided to do it the other way around. And I would put money on the fact that Mnet did this to purposefully create fan wars to get their show more attention and media play. And unfortunately it worked. This honestly made Queendom 2 even more unenjoyable, because the fan wars were everywhere, and this made me feel like I couldn't just enjoy the performances, because there was always one fandom needlessly slandering another group. At one point I swear I saw one fandom hating on another group more than supporting their own group. Performances. Now don't get me wrong, the performances of Queendom 2 weren't bad or horrible in any way. In fact they were almost worse. They were average. At least if they'd been truly horrible they'd still be memorable, but they were just okay. Compared to Queendom 1, Road to Kingdom and Kingdom Legendary War, there are no performances that wowed me so much that I knew I was gonna rewatch it in the months to come. The performances weren't memorable. When I think of Queendom 1, I immediately remember Idol's lion performance at the finale, or Ao's rendition of Egotistic, just to name a few. And the same goes for Road to Kingdom and Kingdom. But for Queendom 2, I've kind of already forgotten most of the performances, and the ones I do remember right now are probably just because they're recent. Overall I just felt that Queendom 2 stages lacked that wow factor the previous shows had. Orbits. The final thing I wanted to talk about today is Orbits. Now it was definitely all the fandoms that contributed to the fan wars, however it was Orbits I saw the most in the trenches. It's no secret that Orbits are a very toxic fandom, and yes they do have their nicer more mature members, however they were by far the most toxic fandom in this show. I get that Orbits love the girls, but they need to learn critical thinking skills. No, Loona will not always be the best. No, not everyone will love their performance the most. No, Loona won't always win. But the toxic amongst the fandom take these things as a personal attack, and in return they start trying to defend their girls in the most aggressive and rude way possible. Newsflash Orbits. People can have opinions. Orbits were in the trenches firing on a bunch of random people just minding their own business. And although I love Loona, Orbits really ruined their participation in Queendom for me. I had to stop doing my ranking videos because toxic Orbits couldn't understand that people have different opinions. And I get why Orbits are upset at the points lost in the first round, but Cosmic Girls won and that's that. Their win was very well deserved, so let's stop acting like it wasn't and grow up a little bit. Sorry for the rant at the end there, but that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment your thoughts on Queendom 2 down below to help your girl out with the algorithm. Have a great day. Bye.